What's up everybody? Thanks for joining me. I'm honored that you wanted to spend this time with me. Today we're talking about this left-handed bow that I made. It's really weird that I would make a left-handed bow considering that I'm 100% right-handed, always have been, and I've always shot right-handed. But there's a couple reasons why I made this left-handed bow and why I'm gonna figure out today whether if it was worth it or not. The first reason I made a left-handed bow is because I really wanted to shoot gap. I've shot instinctive right-handed my entire life and my mind's having a really hard time switching over to gap. So I've tried right-handed for about 3 months to switch to gap with very minimal success. And a while ago I picked up a left-handed bow. I took a couple shots with it and it felt really good because I started using gap right off the start. So I figured maybe if I switch to a left-handed bow, gap will come a lot easier for me and then hopefully I can get more accurate with that. Secondly, my left eye is dominant. Now I know there's a lot of controversy over dominant eye and you can switch your dominant eye, but also not just dominant in all the dominance tests. My left eye can actually see better than my right eye. I have 20/20 vision in my right eye, yeah, not bad, but I have like 20/10 in my left and I don't really know what those numbers mean, but they said the lower the better, and I visually feel like I can see clear with my left eye. Being able to use that to sight down the arrow is going to be really good because I think when I shoot, I'm bringing my head over extra far and using my left eye, and that's my dominant eye when I'm shooting. So whenever I try to shoot right-handed and I try to shoot gap, I had to close my left eye so that my left eye wouldn't take over. And I could probably train my brain if I worked on that long enough, but I'm going to go ahead and switch over because I can see that using my stronger eye is going to be better for me and aiming. The last reason I wanted to try out shooting with my left hand is because you never know unless you try. Worst thing is I don't like it and I'm going back to the right. But I think I'm really gonna like this out. Everything I've done so far has been good. It is time to go test this bow out.
Since I met you, I feel unbreakable. Since I met you, I feel unbreakable.
Alright guys, it's been some time and I figured out some really cool things about shooting left-handed and right-handed, and it was one of those moments that's just like, oh. But before I tell you that, I want to go over the specs real quick. The length of the bow is 60 inches from nock to nock. The bow ended up being 40 pounds at a 29-inch draw length, and the speed is 150, 152 feet per second. As I started shooting this bow, here, it's right here. Actually, I started left-handed like this. As I started shooting this bow, the arrows were flying really good. I did find that it's just so weird to shoot with different muscles than you're used to. So it's kind of hard for me to pull back at the beginning. I got used to it, but I was still making beginner mistakes like not getting back tension fully engaged and pulling through my follow through. Besides that, it was shooting really good. And for the fun of it, I just grabbed it, switched over to the right hand and took a shot. And that's when I had the moment of, oh. It clicked in my mind what had happened. Because when I'm shooting a bow, there's a lot of factors into play because I make my own bow, which means I have more room for failure. What originally I thought was right-handed problem with the gap was actually a bow problem. Because what I realized is that your arrow's gonna impact in different spots when you move from a center shot bow to a bow that's a 1/4 inch off center shot, and your mind will compensate for the difference. So this is what happened. This bow right here is the one I've normally been shooting with. It's like dead center shot bow. That's great, right? Or so I thought. What happens with this bow is I hit to the left of the bullseye every time when I shoot gap. Every time I line up and shoot to the left, and that's because this bow doesn't work perfectly with my form. But when I switch to like an instinctive split vision version, my mind automatically compensates for that and I hit dead center. With this bow, when I line my arrow up directly under the target when I'm shooting gap, the arrow hits in line. Like, blew my mind. I thought I had a really bad plucking problem, which I might at some times, but I think it's the bow more than I realized, and it's my fault because I made the bow, or I haven't experimented enough with different bows. I've just always tried to make them perfectly center shot. Because of that, I haven't tested out variations of different kinds of bows. I'm realizing how many factors go into play and that you have to line your bow, your arrow, yourself up, and the environment in order to get the perfect shot possible. So because it's extremely close to hunting season, I'm not going to switch to a left-handed bow, but I actually, since I'm just shooting off the hand, will probably use this bow I made as a right-handed bow because I'm shooting so well with it. And I do have to close my left eye. I haven't trained myself to make this a dominant eye yet. I can hit far better than I ever was able to hit with this bow. I've heard this from many people as well. If they move from a center shot bow to a 1/4 inch off center shot, their arrow will fly really good, but they'll just be hitting 6 inches to left over and over again. Trying to switch to left hand has allowed me to realize what my problem was with gap with the right hand, which is making me so much happier because I can become a whole lot more consistent that way over a long period of time. Hey guys, if you're